Hey guys, Jeff Williams here from Action Coach with another weekly business tip to help you to grow your business smarter. And today we're talking about personal development, about developing yourself as an individual. Now, only a business owner worth their salt who wants to grow their business and get a better life, a better standard life, will recognize the need to grow themselves through personal development. And a number of ways in which you can do that. I'm going to show you one tool to do that. It's on the screen here. This is something which you can take all of the learnings that you get from anybody or from anywhere and use this tool to improve yourself and improve the results you get out of life. It's called the identity iceberg. Typically, with an iceberg, we can only see around about 10 to 20% of an iceberg. The vast majority of it is under the water. And the same is true with you and I. What individuals see on the surface are the results, the kind of life we live, where we live, what we wear, how we behave, the decisions that we make, the actions that we're taking on a day-to-day basis. And those actions, decisions, and those behavior will determine the results that we get out of life. So clearly, to get better results out of life, we need to behave differently, learn to behave differently. We need to make better and stronger and quicker decisions and take wise actions in our life. But if you look at this iceberg, what it's showing you is that what shapes our behaviors, our actions, and our decisions, those elements underneath the water, which make it the vast majority of who we are. They're the things that we think and the things that we believe and the things that we possess. I'm just going to take you through them very slowly, each of them individually, so you understand how they impact on the end result that we get on the surface. Okay, we start with skills. Now, most of us can pick up new skills fairly quickly. It's something we don't know how to do. I was learning how to make a pear crumble yesterday. I wanted to make sure I got it right. So what did I do? Yeah, I went onto YouTube and very quickly I found the skills to make a crumble. It's not that difficult, is it, to make a crumble? But I can pick up skills quite quickly. The same is true in business. We can pick up skills fairly quickly. That changes the results that we get. Okay, I was delighted with the pear crumble and custard yesterday. Our beliefs. What we're doing now is when it comes down to these other elements, we're really starting to go deep under the water. So skills are on the surface, so swimming really. We start talking about our beliefs. A belief is something that you currently believe to be true. Now they start to become quite personal. And our beliefs, whether we've learned them from somebody or somewhere else, or they've been passed on to us, they have a huge impact on how we behave and decisions we take and the actions that we therefore take and results we get. So it does us good from time to time just to examine our beliefs. Beliefs may have been passed on to us erroneously. They may have been passed on from a source which wasn't reliable. So stop and think about what your beliefs are, because your beliefs they're an enabler and they're a disabler in terms of what we're able to accomplish and able to do. Our values. What are our values? Well, values are things that we hold to be important. Okay, these are not easily shifted. So what is the values you in your life, and do your values change? Well, yeah, our values do change over the course of our life. As a happy-go-lucky teenager with no responsibilities and no children, your values around family life and around children are not as strong as your values around children when now you're in a relationship and you have children, or whether you have children and how those children grow up in the world and what they make of themselves and their contribution to society and how they make you feel. Really important. So your values change throughout life. Can you see that? It does us good to examine our values, because our values also anchor us. They can anchor us in a great way to help us to move forward from a strong base, or it can also anchor us and hold us back from progressing in life. So stop and have a look at our values. Our identity. What is our identity? Now that seems really deep and it seems quite immovable, but actually our identity changes too, doesn't it? So there you are as a happy-go-lucky teenager with no responsibilities. That's your identity. You don't, generally speaking, you haven't shaped an identity at that particular point in time. Most teenagers haven't. But as we go through life, our identity changes. Now all of a sudden you're somebody who's engaged, you're somebody who's married, you're a father or you're a mother. Let's go through life. Let's become an apprentice. And then we go from being an apprentice to being a qualified professional, maybe business. Maybe you're watching this as a business owner. Now I'm a business owner, but not only a business owner, but I'm also a manager in my business. If my business has gone on, for me to need to become a leader in my business. So our identity changes throughout the whole of our life, but we also can change our identity, how others view us, how we're viewed by others. So what we're saying here is that the results we get from our life are determined by us. And we determine those results by carefully examining our identity, examining our values, our beliefs, and our skills. And very importantly, at the bottom there, having a look at our environment. Our environment's made up of three things. It's made up of our physical environment that makes us feel different, doesn't it? In whatever environment. If this is, I've got a nice, clean, tidy office here. If my desk was a mess, I'd feel a little bit fuzzy in my head and not maybe as focused as I should be. So our physical environment impacts upon us. Our mental environment, what we're allowed to come in and out of our minds, impacts on who we are as an individual. That actually impacts on who we are in terms of our identity and our values and our beliefs and our skills. And then our actual social environment, who we spend time with. The people around us have an enormous impact upon us. Come what may, those that we mix with are going to have an impact on what we believe and what our identity is. So you can see all these elements under the water are really important in helping us to get the results we want. So what are you doing? What is your identity? What are your skills, your beliefs, your values and identity? And who are you spending time with? What are you reading and listening to? What's your physical environment like? See, all those elements are going to have an impact on the results you have. Just take a look at this iceberg. If you were to push it at the top of the iceberg, do you think you'll have more impact pushing it at the top or more impact pushing it at the bottom of the iceberg? You can see it's going to have much more leverage if we give it a push at the bottom. And actually, that push we give at the bottom of the iceberg, underneath the water there, is going to have a lasting effect. It will continue to move and shape what happens on the surface. So how do we apply this in business, in life? Well, if we want better results in our life, we want better results in our business, we need to behave in a particular way to get those results, make good decisions, and take great actions. And those will only happen, those decisions, those behaviors will only be strong and will only be beneficial to us, will only give us great results if we've worked on the stuff under the water, if we've decided and defined exactly who we are as an individual, what our values are, how they anchor us and drive us forward in terms of decisions we make, what our beliefs are, and we upgrade our skills and make sure, of course, we're in the right environment. That's personal development. That's your iceberg. I hope that's been useful for you today in your business. If you got value from it, I'm going to ask you to like or to share this video, to subscribe. Click on the little bell icon on YouTube so you never miss another video you need to succeed in business and life. A little bit deeper today, something to think about. Your results are purely determined by your actions. Jeff Williams signing off today from our session. Thanks for joining me. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.